Yo, what's up? It's been a minute since I've made one of these live story commentaries, but I'm back once again. Hopefully, for like the next couple of weeks, I'll have more stories to put out. But this story is my first time getting high, which um, it was on some fire OG kush that I had gotten, and it was like I think it was a little over a gram, and like I rolled it up the next day because that day I had someone here so I couldn't do it. So the next day, like I went to the back and I rolled it up. I'm hitting it. I didn't feel anything at first, right? So I'm like, oh man, this isn't anything, bro. I heard that this was supposed to be like really good because the guy who sold it to me was like, oh nah, man, it'll get you high. You'll be like up there. So I'm not feeling anything. So, but then like I start coughing a lot. And I'm like, oh man, I can't take this anymore. So then like it wasn't that much left. It was just really just a bunch of ash in it now. So I tried putting it on the ground. So I put it out, and then as I'm walking into the house, I'm like, no, I haven't had a snack yet. Cause like every time I come home from school, I eat a snack, but I don't know, I was holding off because I was like, in case I get the munchies, I'll just eat that. Anyway, so I'm going into the kitchen, and then I'm getting out, like, I don't even know. But this is when the high actually hits me. It hits me, and the whole room starts moving, and I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. So I get like a box of Fruit Loops for a snack for some reason, and I eat a couple of them out the box to try, and I'm just like, this is really good. And like I just decided I get a paper plate and I just pour it into the paper plate like I would like if I was actually pouring cereal and milk. So I just pour it, and then like the thing is I'm just pouring it all crazy, like, because when you're high you really just don't, it doesn't matter if you're wasting anything or not. And I get a bowl of like some peanuts or something, I just put it on there too, and I toss it and mix it together, and I'm just eating it. And so I go to my room and I start eating it at my desk where like my computer is. But then I sit there for a second and I try and focus on the computer, but then like the background, like the walls fade in, and then everything starts moving again, even more than it was at first. And it was cool. It was cool and everything. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad trip. It was just really cool. And so then I was like, you know what? I can't do this, because I almost like fell down into the plate of food when I was eating because I was just like so stoned. So I was like, oh man, my head's getting a little bit too heavy to keep holding it up. So I go to lay down and eat. So I'm laying on my side and I'm eating food, watching TV, and then like somehow I just end up almost leaning over onto the other side, and then my head is just too heavy and my head just falls back down. I'm like, oh man. And I'm like, where'd the food go? So I'm trying to find the food because I had this huge plate of it. I swear, like Fruit Loops, I'll even just put a picture on here, but that to a stoner that's like stoned right now at the moment would look like a 5-course meal. I swear to God, that's what it looked like to me. I mean, I can only imagine what a 5-course meal would look like while stoned. I mean, that has to give it like new levels of awesomeness. And then the thing is, it disappointed me though. The next morning when I woke up to get some Fruit Loops, they tasted nowhere near as good as they did the day before. Because I don't know, I was just so stoned. I mean, it wasn't that good. So I mean, that was kind of a bummer. Anyway, so this was like my first time getting high. It was on some fire OG kush, which is awesome. If you have a chance to get it, get it. That stuff, it smells great, man. It's like, oh, it's just such a good smell, man. I can't even explain it, but fire OG kush and zigzag papers, rolled it up, went outside, twisted, bit it, lit it, and had a good time talking on it too. I mean, it really made you choke. If you don't choke, you don't smoke. So I mean, it really made me choke. So it got me. It sent me up there to the skies where it was super high. But anyway, it's been AceRoyalGaming, and come back next Monday for another life story commentary. Peace, deuces. I'm out. YOLO. Well, not even YOLO, because that's weird. But anyway, I'm out. Deuces. Stay stoned.